See, this is my favorite part when I get to do a very stale open instead of something high energy that would make people want to continue watching. But hi, welcome to Hardmic OverDrive. It's fun to say OverDrive. Tone isn't here, so I am. You're sorry? Welcome. Either way, we're coming off of an incredible episode of Overdrive. A lot of things to unpack, a lot of people to talk to as well. We're actually going to start off this show hot with Richie Rose, the North American champion. Richie, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Bill, thanks for asking.
That's always nice. I always want to, get a personal connection. Obviously tonight didn't necessarily go your way, but you still have a lot going for you. Whether that be people, trying to get after that title or your compatriots at this point in Cutthroat Inc.
Right.
And you're also the champion, of course.
Are you okay, man?
No, I'm
Okay.
good. I just got a dumb message.
All right, sorry.
But either way, I don't know. What are your thoughts right now? What's going through your mind moving forward?
Okay, well, my first thought is my finger is very moist. There's that. Thanks to Hunter Quinn, and I'll admit
the whole hand in his mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was hard to, not feel kind of aroused. Is that the right word? Well,
I mean, just imagine that on your toes. But with that being said, I know I don't want you to hyper focus too much on tonight. It's champion versus champion. He has, I feel, a lot to prove still. You have proven that you are the North American champion. You have defended that title countless times at this point. But the question remains, Richie, who do you think is next for your title?
Who do I think is next for my title? That's a very odd question because, whoever was next for my title last time weren't so lucky. So, you know what? I don't think I should bet myself on, trying to choose my opponents. I think my opponents should choose me. I don't think I need to try and scope out talent. If they really wanted the title, they would try to go and come after me. And you see what happened to Mr. Came in his pants. He came, and then he fell, and he died hard. So, I'm just gonna leave that at that. I'm just gonna want them to want me. I don't want to want them. That'd just be kind of pointless as a champion just to not come at all comers, right?
No, yeah,
You
that's
want
very
everyone to come
true.
at you.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Tone.
Oh, big man Tone's here.
Oh, big man Tone. I don't know, any other just general words you have for the general public?
Any words I have? Watch ammo and stay hydrated.
I think that's all we really need. So with that, thank you for your time, Richie. We will get to the rest of Cutthroat Inc. shortly. If you want to stick around, maybe hop back in. I think he probably is just busy. Well, right now, let's go to Rob Kamen. You were just mentioned there. We're able to rebound this week against John Baker. What are some thoughts after tonight?
Before I get into tonight, I don't want to address the obvious elephant in the room. That being Richie Rose's words towards me in regards to last week and the North American Championship. I make no excuse. I came up short. But did I let that deter me? No. I do what I always do. Get back to the gym, work on what's not working. And as you see, I went against John Baker II. Hit him with the ego killer. 1, 2, 3. The rest is history.
So, what is your long-term goals here, Mr. Kamen? Is your goal to get back at that North American title? Are you just sort of waiting in the wings for a chance? or are you looking into tag team wrestling? What's sort of that sort of long term for you?
If I could be quite honest, I mean, tag team for me has been done. I mean, I know I can get with anybody and win tag team gold. I know that for a fact. North American, I mean, it's cool, but Richie Rose is a tough guy to beat. I have more lofty goals in mind, if you get where I'm going.
I don't. I'm going to need you to elaborate here.
I'm setting my sights towards the apex, top of the mountain, if you will. Of course, I'm speaking of the World Heavyweight Championship.
I just kind of wanted you to say it. This is a talk show. It's best when you give direct answers. I'm not going to lie, just for general purpose. But so you have that goal in mind. We have the contender set now in Chris Aaron. We have a lot of people who are still chasing that title. You saw 3 other men in that match that were unsuccessful. Do you think that right now that those 3 men have a better claim to that contendership than you do?
It's not a yes, it's not a no. I have history with the other 3 competitors. Well, 2 of the other 3 competitors, rather. Swift, I know for a fact, I've seen firsthand how tough he can be, how resilient he is. And push comes to shove. I mean, no other way for me to say it but to say it. If I had to go through them just to get to that contendership, it is what it is. That's where the cards fall.
Where would you like to start? I can't guarantee anything. I'm not Tone, but I'm just sort of.
I'm the Bricktown Warrior for a reason. I'll take on anybody and everything to get to where I need to be. Doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter who it is. If it's Soul, cool. If it's my brother in arms, Jeremy Barmore, cool. If it's Ryan Swift himself, I welcome the challenge. No matter who it is, I will take on everyone to get to Hunter Quinn and that World Heavyweight Championship.
That's a good mentality to have. I'd say that, you know, if everyone's in front of you, you got to go through everybody. You obviously got off to a better start than last week in this goal. So we will see how that develops in the upcoming weeks. So thank you for your time. Right now, I actually want to switch to a debut tonight, I believe, in Brandon Ace. Brandon, you had a match against Josh Wolf. And what was your first matchup, right? I am correct in saying that?
Yes, it was my first one-on-one match.
I thought you were going to keep talking, my bad. Yeah, but you went up against Josh Wolf. Josh Wolf, decorated former North American champion. You put up an incredible fight. I know that this is obviously not the end of the line for you and what you want to accomplish here. But just to give you a bit of an opportunity to sort of voice who you are, I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of an open mic right now. Not too long, but.
Well, for those of you that don't know who I am, I go by the name Brandon Ace, and I got a lot of nicknames. I call myself the Charm City Player, 24 Karat Superstar, Prince of the 410, Baltimore Serious Sun, etc., etc. Tonight, let's be honest, I'm not in the best of mood after what happened. Look, I understand I put on a good performance, but when it comes to my mindset, wins and losses matter. And in wrestling, last time I checked, losers do not get opportunities at title shots. But it's okay. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to look at my match and see what I did wrong and to make sure I don't make those type of mistakes ever again. because I am here to make an impact. And whenever my time comes, I will become champion, regardless if it's a world champion or the North American title. Because you saw how I am in the ring. My bad. There aren't many people that can do the things I can do in that ring when it comes to strong style, technical wrestling, lucha libre, and the power game. And if people have a problem with me, how I act because I'm arrogant, say something about it. Come on. You got any questions for me?
I mean, I wish I had more questions to you. I wish I knew you a little bit better to sort of ask questions. Instead, I just kind of want to possibly provoke somebody to possibly challenge you, to possibly bring out even more Brandon Ace or Charm City player or all of these things. I want to see that fully on display within the next coming weeks. I can't set up a match, but I do kind of want to hear somebody else's opinion on you. And that person that I'm kind of curious to hear their opinion on you is John Baker.
Hello, am I coming through all right?
As far as I can hear, yes.
All right, sweet. Hi, Brandon. How are you doing, buddy?
Not too well. What about you?
Not gonna lie, we're both in the same boat.
Please don't compare me to you, because unlike you, one of us actually knows how to afford wrestling gear.
You do know this costs more than your gear, right?
I call bullshit on that one.
How much did it cost? How much did it cost?
I don't need to tell you how much my gear costs. That's my business, not yours.
Well, there you go.
Now, apparently you have something to say about me. Are you gonna say something or what? I don't got all day.
Well, for one, congrats on last week.
Well, thank you.
But unfortunately, that's not enough to prove what you're trying to say. You want to go after any title you want, right? You're basically on the hunt at this point.
No, I mean I want to go after either the world or North American title. I didn't say no tag titles.
So yeah, you're on the hunt.
Yes.
Well, after tonight, it's gonna take a while. I'm just saying.
No shit, Sherlock. But I'm always the type of guy that always rebounds after a loss. And trust me, I will get back on my feet because no one works harder than me, and no one is even harder on themselves than I. I go to the gym 24/7, pushing my limits. Regardless if I can't go no more, I keep pushing and pushing because my goals to become the top star here is far beyond anyone else here.
That's a lot to say in front of all these people. That is a lot to say.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. If they have a problem with it, speak the fuck up. Like, come on. I'm not
Hey,
afraid.
whoa, hold,
hi, Barmore.
hold on. Hey, how's it going? Wait a minute.
Before you all get all heated, feeling a little under the weather, but I like this Brandon Ace. This is a good one. He's full of piss and vinegar and like he's fired up. I like it. Barmore, go ahead. What were we gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. There's no denying the man's athletic ability. There's nothing wrong with what he does, but there are some things that he's saying that's kind of gotten under my craw. What did you just say?
What did he say?
Did you just say? You said no one works harder than you on this roster?
Yeah, that's right. You got a problem?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, do you pay attention to what the nickname is? Workhorse, Pippin. I'm the hardest working man in the wrestling business today. I don't even know where you think that
counter his point real quick. You did get eliminated in the hallway first. So
Yeah.
I'm very much aware of that.
I
But
mean,
then
on
again,
Barbour's side, though, I mean, there was a reason he was in the four-way. Because he is hardworking.
which is fair, fair.
I'm finna say,
Go
thanks.
ahead,
It's
keep
not
going.
that
Go ahead,
often from Dave. But
go
anyway,
ahead, go ahead, Yellow.
It just speaks facts.
yo, man, the fact is, you can claim that you're hardworking, but I mean, look, I'm basically at where you want to be. Am I wrong?
And yet you're not the champion. Why is that?
Well, I mean, thing is, I was the champion.
And
You've
now
been
you're
paying no
not.
attention. Yeah, but I'm where you want to be. You say you want all these shots for these championships. You say you want to be the top contender. That's where I was. That's where I'm going to be again. I mean, who knows? Maybe just you getting out here and showing the world who a top contender, who a top name on this brand. Who knows? Maybe you could get yourself there faster than normal. Maybe.
I like this. I like this energy. So much so that next week, Mr. Ace, you're gonna face Mr. Barmore. I'm gonna open the show with that. And
I don't know.
and if
That's
you win, maybe some other prizes for you. If you win.
that puts a smile on my face. That just brightens up my mood even more.
Yes,
Keep in mind
that's the
that's
greatest
just
general manager of all time. That's my job.
yeah, but just keep in mind, it's like he said, if you win. If
Oh,
you
trust
win.
me. Trust me. I'm planning on winning because I have no intentions on losing. When there's something on the line, that's where I'm at my best.
All right. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Trust me, we will. We will.
Man, hi, Bill. Thank you, for hosting.
I'm trying.
I like the energy between Mr. Ace coming in here ready to beat some people up and win some championships. I like that. Go ahead, continue hosting the show. I gotta yell at Swift later anyway.
Okay. John, I kind of want to get you back here for a sec, just so we can sort of have a bit of conclusion to that.
Yeah, sure thing, man.
I mean, obviously, this week didn't really work out the best for you when it came to Rob Kamen. I know you are a very respectful person backstage and always like to show a lot of respect to your opponents and sort of, how you interact, and that's very commendable. What would it take, though, for someone to push you past that point to where you have to actually get angry and get disrespectful with somebody?
That's actually a tough question because a lot of people have not done that yet. You can look at all the championships in the world. You can look at all the accolades. There's one thing that matters to me. That's the symbol on my back. You've seen it. That stands for hope. It's a symbol of hope. There's a reason I call myself the Sword of Hope. Win or loss, at the end of the day, I'm trying to spread the awareness. That's my campaign, regardless of win or lose. And if somebody was to even touch that, you probably won't see them for a while.
That is very fair. I'm just glad to kind of get an extra thought from you. I know things got a little hectic in there and didn't want to lose you in the shuffle. Just to recap another part of the show as well, that we don't have really anybody here to promo for. The opening of the show, we actually saw Christy lose to Jordan Sky in what is the second week in a row that someone has held the rope while Jordan Sky was able to pick up the victory. I know Tone is feeling a little under the weather, but I'm just, curious, Tone, if you have any input on where that leads this sort of division on, if anything, going back and forth with that.
So here's the thing. Like you said, this is the second week in a row. You know, when things happen, you start to notice a pattern, and it's one that's not great, but that's more of a issue on the referee's end. So I've been thinking about it for a little bit now, and I'm thinking that next week we're gonna run it back again, but this time with no rules, and we'll see who the better woman is. And whoever wins will get to face Eve Stokes at Rumble in the Jungle for the championship.
Wonderful. I just wanted to make sure that's where I was going to lead it. You know, makes sense. Yeah, just wanted to point that out there. We got 2 matches now: Brandon Ace versus Jeremy Barmore, 1-on-1, as well as Christy Redding versus Jordan Sky. No DQ.
Something else I wanna do. Actually, Mr. Kamen, I know you're here. You had a fun match this week. You know, defeated Mr. Baker. It seemed a little aggressive the way you kind of beat him up. Is there any reason for that? Answer, non-answer, you know. A non-answer is an answer, so I'm just going to suggest that you were an asshole. Or an answer is that maybe you just got a little carried away. I'm taking it as a non-answer. So, that's fair, that's fine. I will solve that next week. That is a next week issue. But there is someone I personally want to speak to, not to take too much time from you, Bill. Mr. Aaron, I know you're here. After your victory tonight that you said was going to happen last week, you have been a man of your word for a whole season. Everything that you have said, with the exception of winning that championship, has come true. And now you have a confirmed shot at Rumble in the Jungle against Mr. Quinn. Any thoughts and opinions?
My heart is pounding, actually. I'm almost speechless. Not shocked that I was able to pull it off. I knew that was more than capable of that. I knew that was, in my humble opinion, more than likely going to happen. But I am within arm's reach of almost doing this again. And you're right. You are 100% accurate. I was right about everything I said for a whole season. I kept my word. I fought hard, tooth and nail. I fought, trying to make sure that everything I said came true. All of it did, except for one thing. And that was facing Hunter Quinn for the honor-bound world title. He got the better of me then. It will not happen twice. I want to be clear on this. I'm an asshole. That's not a question. Tone says it every week. You all know it. I'm an asshole. Welcome to the real world. But I recognize when someone is capable. Hunter Quinn is a capable star. Hunter Quinn is a capable person on this roster. He's proved it. He's proved it. 2 world titles. Win over me. He is absolutely a top guy. But it will not happen again. I can't. If it happens again, Jesus Christ, what more do I have to do? How hard can I
kill him.
fight for? How hard can I fight before a man, gives it up? You know, Tone.
You have to kill him. You may have to kill him. I don't know.
I might just have to go out of my way and commit a murder.
It didn't
Would
work
be
the
the
last
first
time,
one.
so maybe you should watch some House of Cards. You can learn how to do it the correct way.
You know what? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll take some notes. Maybe I'll watch some true TV murder shows and figure out the best course of action. Either way, at the end of the day, tonight I proved I was the better man of 4 people. Not to take anything away from the 4 guys I was in there with. This isn't me being a nice guy. This is me recognizing that I'm not the only star here. I was in there with 3 other guys that absolutely were more than capable of getting the job done. But once again, I proved the one fact that I have been spouting time after time. It is that I am the number 1 guy on this show. I was the number 1 guy when it was Honor Bound. I'm the number 1 guy now with Overdrive. I am going to stick to my guns on that. There's not a single person here or anywhere that can tell me different. I am the guy. All I need to do is win the world title to prove it, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. I have to. This isn't just about a man that wants it anymore. I have to do this. I can only say that I'm going to do it so many times before there's nothing left. I have to pull this off. And no man who I have faced for the world title has done it, has defended it against me twice. Hunter Quinn will not be the man to do it. Simply will not. Will not let that happen.
I like that. I like that energy. You're gonna have an opponent next week. Don't know who. We'll get there eventually. You'll learn probably the same way everyone else does on social media. But as much as I call you an asshole, piece of shit, stupid bitch, a dick.
True.
You are very talented once the bell rings, and that is something that I can't deny, even though I want to all the time, every time.
Well,
You know what? You know exactly. You know what? I just thought about
one.
it. You know who you're gonna face next week?
Oh, please hit me with it.
Mr. Swift.
Okay.
I think
I can do.
he wants to be back in the good graces, and he wants to he can't seem to keep it together. I think he's losing it a little bit, but you'll face him next week.
It wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time I've dropped a hammer on him. So we'll just
Did you
run it
count
down.
how many burning hammers you hit in that match?
I did not.
That was
It's
a lot. That was like double digits. That's impressive.
if my opponents respected the business, they would have stayed down. But
Yeah,
The first time.
Swift doesn't respect the business.
Yeah, no, Swift doesn't respect the business at all.
yeah, what an asshole.
Yeah, right. Tell you. Don't know how you. I don't know how we all deal with them. It's crazy.
I don't know. Watch ammo.
Yes.
Thanks. Let's go to Swift later. Right now, I kind of want to switch over to the tag team division once again with Cutthroat Inc. Just because, quite simply, I don't know who's left. I mean, I know who's left to be interviewed.
I feel like I've said this before, but we are the tag team division, right? There's not much here, so I don't get the squabble and whatnot over people trying to go for a world championship when they fucking lose constantly. Why don't you do what is right for the fucking show, and you fucking form a tag team, and you work your ass off, and you try and take these championships away from us. Because if not, we're just going to hold them forever. It's as simple as that. Like, why do you feel we need 20,000 people going for the world championship? You know, sometimes you're just not there yet. But come down and go for the North American title or the tag team championship. The time and place where you can get some TV time and fight the champions. Why is it that we're having to go out of the company to bring in a tag team when we have perfectly normal people on our roster that just aren't putting in the work to become a tag team? Why? Is it because you have to worry about another person? You have to put some trust in another person? Who cares? Just work together. It's not that hard. You know, me and Dave are an exception, though, because we have been friends, partners, for a long fucking time. And tonight we were meant to go out there with Richie and those what are they? What was the team? Red, green. Dave, help!
They told me their name before they went out was Follow the Flame, and I said, "Well, one of you are green," and they said, "I'm green. If I was blue, I would die." And I said, "That doesn't make any sense." And then their music played.
Anyway, we were about to go out with Richie Rose for his match, and they just started yelling slurs and whatnot at us.
Oh,
and so we went and beat their ass. Because
I think the most disrespectful part was that they said they don't watch Hammer.
Yeah.
I was absolutely heartbroken.
That's what the slur was. That's what the slur was. My friend.
It was just so
blasphemy.
Disrespectful.
Fucking blasphemy is what it was. Absolutely disgusting. And Richie shouldn't feel bad about losing. It's the fucking world champion. He's the champion for a reason, But he is also still the North American champion. So,
I mean, if anything, I think Richie might have been put off from that. We know how much he loves Ammo.
Yeah,
he's distracted.
Maybe
he loves Richie Rose.
It's so. I think his name was Fuego or the Savio something. One of them. They told me so many names that I kind of forgot. I think the red one was Savio. He went after Richie Rose for almost no reason.
Yeah, Richie did take a pretty awful bump into the stairs.
Yeah,
I hope he's okay.
So here's what's going to happen with that. Since he wanted to, actively go after him, we'll just put Richie in a match with him next week.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sounds tight.
Yeah, tight.
And then also next week, we will find out Richie Rose's opponent for his North American title match.
Wonderful.
Just make sure that his opponent watches Ammo, We need to put some respect out there, especially after tonight.
Of course.
But back to tag stuff, I just want to, almost make a case as a tag team person myself. These are the tag champs are two respectable former world champions. They've held champions far past these tag times. They're not being demoted to tag team wrestling. They're choosing to wrestle as a tag team. We have Carter Blackwell and Dave Henderson. If you don't want to fight either of these two guys, what's wrong with you? These are two of the best in the business. And the fact that I think the tag division is weak is a little sad. And I think you're sad if you don't want to be a part of it.
A lot of these people who claim they're so great aren't actually that great and can only focus on one thing at a time. So they want to focus on the world title. But what they don't realise is that there are former world champions in the tag division. And facing them will help them in the long run. Will help them get into the world title picture. The problem is they're so caught up looking at the small game and not thinking about the long run.
It's weak. And right now, what you guys are looking at in Cutthroat Inc. are some of the two strongest dudes we got here on the roster every single day, day in, day out. So thank you for your time. But before we cut back to Swift, I want to talk to Enigma. Enigma, obviously you weren't successful tonight, but I really just kind of have one question for you because we are getting back into WrestleCade season. You have a streak at WrestleCade, but right now you do not necessarily have a means to get a match at WrestleCade this year. What are your plans to make sure that that streak stays alive?
Let's see. Where to start? WrestleCade season is like the biggest season for everybody. But for me, it's like my rock concert. It's like a showcase where every single billions of fans will be out there to sit there and watch their favorite artists or favorite rock stars sit there and do what they do best and show out. But see, the streak is very, very important. It's important to me. It's important to all the fans out there. But at this moment, I'm not really worried about the streak. I'm mainly focusing on trying to get to this day. Because we got the big rumble right now, man. We got the big rumble. We got all 29 other men that's going to be in it. But in the end, I mean, I can sit there and say I guarantee my spot, Mr. King, but I want to just aim up higher and go for that world title. But then it got me thinking. There's also the North American title, and there's also tag team titles, like Carter Blackwell and Dave over there was just talking about. But see, I don't see myself getting into another tag team scene. I mean, unless of course, if I was to sit there and say a potential tag team partner, probably would be Honey Quinn. But see, he's world champion, so we now just gonna sit there and just grab world champion to sit there and get into tag team action. But see, there's also the North American title. Now, I know that man Richie Rose is probably busy next week and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if world title ain't came to me yet, maybe that North American title might come into my picture. Who knows? Maybe me and him could probably sit there and rock
I
out
know.
sometimes.
I know.
Oh,
So actually, next week you're in the number one contenders match for said North American Championship.
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
Also, make sure you take you some antibiotics, please.
Yeah, I know it's getting rough out here. You know, these numbers are getting up again. But it's gonna be you, Mr. Angel, and I'll hold off on the last one. There's three of you.
Sounds good to me.
Nice.
Now, with that being said, you know what? Hold on a second. I kind of want to piggyback off on the whole tag team thing that, they was talking about. Some of these guys out here, they do be sitting there want to sit there and go for that world title. I mean, me personally, I'm also a tag team specialist myself. So, What you guys doing? I mean, what's the matter here? I mean, you seen the crazy situation over there in the other place. Why y'all not sitting here going for the tag team titles? I mean, look at have y'all seen the style of it? I mean, look, it has like a old school. What's the word I'm looking for? And it kind of has like an old school feel to it. Like it's a beautiful belt. I mean, those are beautiful titles right there. I mean, y'all don't want tag team gold or something? I mean, what y'all think? Y'all just pussyfooting around or something like that? I mean, come on, man. I mean, there's opportunity. There's opportunity every lifetime. There's the door. The door is right there for you to go through it to go to tag team opportunities right there. I mean, yeah, sure enough, Carter might sit there and slice your face up and then just stab you in a back alley or something like that. And Dave, well, Dave being Dave, I mean, come on now. I mean, we got contend. There's a lot of contenders for all these other titles, but tag team scene is open up for business. They it's right there, right there. It's a big rock concert right there. People want to sit there and fill those seats. You got opportunities right there. I mean, what you
Yo,
just
Soul, you got a minute? I couldn't help but hear your speech in the hallway. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were looking for a tag team partner.
Well, he's I'm looking to next week.
Well, I mean, sure, I could say I look for a tag team partner, but I'm not really. My main focus ain't really on tag team division. But
Soul. Is it yes or is it no?
I'm gonna have to just pass on them because I'm actually in the North American contenders matchup. But
okay,
but
you
hold on.
You made this big speech about everybody pussyfooting around the tag team division.
Hey, kid, hold on a second. Now, if you want to sit there and get into a tag team scene with me, I mean, that was impressive what you did with John Breaker, but might caught my interest, but as it still stands, I probably want to team with Hunter Quinn. I mean, because me and him never fought, and me and him have never been face to face before. But me and him could possibly be a tag team. But continue to pique my interest in the whole thing, and I might just reconsider. Maybe you might sit there and have a couple of strings that you might have for your little guitar or something. I'll be interested. But I just don't tag with anybody. If y'all see promise from you, I'll be willing to do it.
That being the case, it's clear you're not a hard man to find. But guess what? Neither am I. Just saying.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying. But again, I may not be hard to find, but I don't just tag with anybody. You gotta show me something. You gotta show me some coins or something, or some collection of artwork that you got, or a collection of arrows or something. Or promise me to sit there and tag.
Soul, you must have forgotten I'm not just anybody. Just like you won't die, neither will I. That should be enough to convince you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but words mean anything. I want to see the result. But anyway, I'm taking up too much time. I'm getting at this thing. Peace out, everybody.
My soul is so cool now. Wow. Before we go on to Swift to close off the show, but man, Enigma Soul is so cool. I feel also inclined to mention the actions and results and the back and forth that is still going on between Tanaka and Jake Carter. I don't know who's going to have to intervene, if anybody is going to intervene, or if we're just going to boil up to just a match point at the Rumble. But it has been it's become almost dangerous for both men involved. But as that sort of sits there a little bit longer, I'm sure we will have some more updates on that. Let's go to Swift. Swift, you were the last man eliminated out of that fatal four-way. You were this close.
Yeah.
But yet you also were sort of in high tensions last night. I just want to know, you good? You calmed down?
High tension?
You good?
What do you mean high tensions, Bill? I'm fine. I was fine last night. I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing was going on.
You squeezed the life out of a mango.
Yeah, because I thought it was crew. That sounds perfectly normal to me. I'm sorry that I thought a mango was another person, so I squished the hell out of it. Is that weird? Am I a weird guy for that? No!
I think you're a weird guy in general, Swift, and I think this might be affecting your in-ring performance. And I just want to make sure you're in the right headspace going into your match next week against the number one contender, Chris Aaron.
Listen, I have been through so much in my entire lifetime that I'm confident to say that nobody can affect my performance ever, not even that little ring rat known as Crude, okay? No one can affect my performance. Tonight, Chris Aaron got the job done. So many burning hammers were on me and every other single person in that match. I came so close, like you said. So damn close, it hurts. Quite a bit. It hurts quite a bit. There's a lot going on. I mean, I'm getting yelled at by every single person imaginable for some reason. Tone still hates me. I don't know what the hell I did, but I guess everyone hates me now. Who the hell knows? What am I even doing here anymore? What am I doing? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, no, alright. Aaron next week, though, that's fantastic. I'm so happy to face number one contender in Chris Aaron, because, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's good. That is really good. I'm actually really glad Tone made that match, because, I failed hit tonight, but I can make fuck for it. Yeah. That sounds great. Yeah, you know what? Next week, I'm going to go beat Chris Aaron. I'm going to go beat the number one contender, and I'm going to prove why I should be facing Hunter Quinn at Rumble in the Jungle for that title. Yeah, that sounds good. And it will be a great way to pass the time while I wait for Crew to WrestleCade, because as much as I want to punch him right now, I have to wait. And that's fine. I can wait. But doesn't mean I can't do anything, because Crude attacked me with a stop sign, and Lion said something dumb about a golden stop sign last night. That's fine! I can do something about that! I have a plan for him to lose that precious tag team championship that he's always on about, one of those record-breaking reigns. I'm gonna stop it before he can break a record, yeah, and he's gonna be number one in the Rumble. He's not gonna do anything in that Rumble. That dream of his to win that Rumble and win the world title. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, number one, that's impossible. He's not gonna win. And then I'm gonna go to the WrestleCade. Yeah, so I'm gonna beat Aaron. I'm gonna prove I should be in that match. I'm gonna somehow squirm my way into that OverDrive title match. I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna go to WrestleCade. I'm gonna fight Crude. I'm gonna put that title on the line. I'm gonna make sure in another world title match he chokes. Yeah. Does that sound good, Bill? That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah.
I like choking.
That's good. Yeah.
Swift, you alright? You said a lot of words very quickly.
I did. Honestly, it's a good plan. It's a good plan. Yeah.
I think you need to go take a nap, rest a little bit. I don't think you're fully where you need to be right now. I think you might be hearing Crude in your head a little bit.
I don't hear anything of Crude. You know what I hear? A bunch of birds when I'm sleeping in my family van. And living in a family van for so long maybe isn't the best thing, but it's great for my concentration. It's great for my health. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be a bit dirty. I might have a lot of writing on the wall. It might have something to do with Crude. I don't know, maybe a little bit, but I'm fine. I'm fine. My life is so good with him around. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
With that, I don't like the way that sounds. That sounded odd. But with that, I think that we've covered a majority of the bases. If not, no one's here to tell me otherwise. So with that, I'm gonna keep saying so with that. Gonna have a fun tagline. Quick. Let me think of a tagline before we close the show. Thanks for watching. If you want more Overdrive, don't forget to like and subscribe.
And watch out, man.
Hashtag watch Ammo.
Also, don't fight at the weddings.